and know the same God.
Amen. Amen. We got a hand over there. We got a hand in the back there where Keisha is. And I'm sorry. Say that again. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I agree with Sister William in some ways. I think many of us is guilty of this, moving around to and fro the islands, seeing people on the street.
Yeah.
Right? The food store or on the corner, they asking for $1 or asking for something. And I've seen people they just pass, and all they want is something meal or whatever, right? And so love of God, that's in you. You give them something. It might be $1 or something, but just give them whatever so they can get something to eat.
Yeah.
Just give them something, and that's it.
All right, but
it shows a part of love. That's it.
I heard some folk in the crowd saying discernment. There are a lot of individuals that take advantage and prey on Christians. Because they say, oh, I can get something from this one. I can get, oh yeah.
No, see.
No, just let me. I understand what you're saying. I just want you to. We are to exercise wisdom when we are doing things like that. And when I say that, I'll give you an example. I'll give you something that I did. All right. Instead of giving the individual the money, there was a restaurant right close by. So I said, you want something to eat? No problem, come on, follow me. And I went and I said, what do you want? And I purchased the meal. Because the fact is that you have individuals who will use the money just to buy drugs or to do something else that they really should not. You will be aiding them in something that is more harmful to them than good if you're not careful. So exercise, it's something that we should do, but we should exercise wisdom in it all. Okay?
When it comes to giving.
Yes.
But it's our duty to give. Yes. I mean, we can exercise.
You got to exercise wisdom.
We can exercise what they want the money for, but once we give it with our heart, right?
You will be blessed.
That's it. We just give it.
But you see,
whatever they want to do with it, see, it's us to just to give it. Now, if they wanted to buy a meal or buy drugs, and sometimes they don't want to buy drugs. Sometimes they just want something to eat.
I don't want you to feel as if I'm saying that you're wrong. You are not wrong. We are admonished to give to those that are less fortunate.
Okay.
What I want you to look at is this. If you decide now to give to someone who is a drug addict, who say they want some money to buy something to eat, and you keep giving to him and he keep going and buying drugs, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you would take the time to actually find out what his situation truly is, because you're not helping him if you just throw $1 in his hand. And also, in some cases, we're not helping individuals when we constantly just put $1 in their hand, because we are admonished to take them and provide for them gainful employment. You may take that individual out of a situation that they may be in at that particular point in time. They may be hungry. I had a situation just last week before last. The lady didn't have anything to eat for her kids. Okay? So I ensured that she got food. But you know what her bigger problem was? She was on the streets. So after finding out the true story, I ensured that she got back into her apartment. But there was other individuals. I mean, I had about 10 of them in the last 3 weeks. There were other individuals who were just telling the story. If I did not take the time to just simply investigate and ensure that what I am doing is actually going to help the individual, my admonition was to her, listen, I bide you some time, but guess what? We need to find you a job.
Yeah.
The hook, the line, the sinker, and the bait. Not the fish every time. So that's what you have to be careful of. Sister Keisha, go ahead, sweetie.
Good morning. I I only
morning.
have one thing to say.
Okay.
I agree with basically most of the things that were said, but one of the things that I didn't hear that I can say, I can speak from experience is God is so gracious, and I heard somebody saying that the blessing is not necessarily monetary. One of the biggest blessings that I experience personally when I give is joy. Joy. I don't know
Can't buy
if you
that.
guys ever experienced that when somebody out of somewhere come from nowhere and they have a need, or it just randomly comes from nowhere and you have that desire inside of you to just give, and once it happens and you see the smile on their face and the gratitude, it just fills you up with so much joy to know that God enabled you with the ability to help somebody. And I think that's one of the biggest